Hey there everyone, my name is Nicholas Ugero. I just want to have a quick video, or somewhat quick video, about things you can take, or actions you can take in your life to give you more fulfillment, make you find more purpose. If you're someone that maybe questions some things, maybe wants to detach from like the centralized food system, many things, centralization of a lot of things. And just maybe make some more of a community. First thing I would say is the financial system. Learning about fiat currency and the role that gold and silver had as money. And for thousands of years it's been looked at as something of value, back from the Egyptian times and before that. And see how the system works against us and how that basically is the centerpiece of many of the problems that go on in our life. The Federal Reserve, the fact that our country's in debt to a third-party organization that has stockholders. It's all debt-based. It's from the petrodollar. It's not backed by anything of value. And all the world's currencies are tied to the U.S. dollar. And the U.S. dollar has lost 97 or so, 98% of its purchasing power. That's leaking our wealth away. That's stealing from us. That is not something that we should be okay with. Because that is most crime happens from lack of resources. So if things become more expensive because you have to work more and more for less and less because your dollar purchases less, because the purchasing power has gone down, you have to work more and more, then you're going to have more people in the divide. It's just going to make it harder and harder. And it's just going to keep on happening. And the system, this current economic system might come to something different, like with a cryptocurrency thing, or may not be gold and silver from what I'm hearing. I'm not sure. Don't take my word for it. But there's a lot of things going on, and having silver as something that's been historically proven to be something of value. And from what I've seen with Deutsche Bank and other banks being implicated in some sort of silver manipulation with the price, with paper, what's it called? Deals, like it's contracts. Yeah, it's contracts they give out to many people for the same ounce of silver, and it tricks the system into thinking there's more silver than there actually is. So that's, it's very undervalued. It's a steal. It's basically like cheating. You're going to accumulate a lot of wealth in a small amount of space for only $20 or less. If you look at the usdebtclock.org, and go to the bottom right hand side, you'll see the price of silver and gold, according to them. So, and that's already at $700. It used to be at $1,000. Another thing is is make organic products if you want to kind of step back from some things. You can make liquid soap very easily. Get some Dr. Bronner's cast out soap and some avocado oil and a few essential oils, and you're basically good to go. And you can make your own like body wash and face wash. It could be face wash. Super easy. You can do it with your kids. Very simple, and you can also expand that out. You can do deodorant. Deodorant only takes like 15 minutes. You can do toothpaste. It takes like 15 minutes. Unless you want to do multiple batches, then it might take a little bit longer for the measuring. But besides that, you can do organic products. I do that personally. I have shampoo. I have deodorant, hand wash, a bar of hand soap, and a bar of shampoo, face wash, and body wash all in one. It's a bar of soap. Kind of want to do lip balm, things like that. So that's great. I do that myself. It feels great. I've been doing it for many months, and just the difference it's made on my complexion, along with just feeling good, and the deodorant especially. It's been great. Pay down debt. That's something I've been working on. I had almost $6 grand in debt from buying things I didn't need mostly, and from my belt just bursting and just paying too much for things I didn't need, and things I did need because I was not making enough to survive, of course. I'm not earning enough of a living. That's too bad. But taking steps to pay off your debt, if you need to sell some things that you mistakenly bought that you don't actually need, then try to do that as best you can. Just try to find a way as best you can, I guess, because that is slavery. Like this whole system is debt-based, so it is slavery all together. So just try to nullify it as much as you can in your own life. I still haven't paid it off all the way, but I'm taking steps towards it, and it's making an improvement. Switching from a bank to a credit union. Local credit union would be great. Me personally, I've switched, went from Chase to a local bank in my area for a year, and then I decided to go to the straight down step again to a credit union, and it's been good so far. I've enjoyed it. They still have an app, so it still makes it convenient. And I'm not supporting Chase or any of those world banks because the banks are the main problem, like the world banks and central banks. So I don't care about the big banks. I don't trust them. So localization and decentralization is my game. So I'd also say try networking with people that you know, maybe open-minded. Talk about some things. Maybe maybe talk about doing soaps, something super easy like that. Just find common ground. Everyone wants to have clean food, water, shelter, their kids to be nourished and well fed and all that stuff. And this whole society is driven into stress and driven into the ground more and more by this whole money system and the inefficiencies that run rampant. So another good thing to do is try to garden. Learn how to garden as best you can. There's a great YouTube channel, Growing Your Greens, by this guy, John Kohler. He has the biggest gardening channel, 400,000+ subscribers. Very, very genuine. I've learned a lot from him personally, and from a guy he does business with for the past, he's been doing it for the past couple of years. This guy named Josh Cunnings. He's in the company called BOOGIE. In my previous video I've talked about him. Super fantastic guy. I love his products. I've started gardening this year for the first time ever, and I didn't know about them at first for the first month or so, and then started watching them after being recommended by a friend at work, and it made a world of difference. I upgraded my gardening products that I put in my soil. I upgraded my soil. I upgraded the amenities that I put in my soil, like rock dust, mycorrhizal fungi, humus, which is ground up deteriorated wood chips from fungi. Fungi break it down and it creates a very nutrient dense thing that you can add topically or mixed in with soil when you first start. And dechlorinated water. Dechlorinated water. If you just do dechlorinated water and have a garden hose or a spigot with a pre-filter and a dechlorinator and maybe a good hose, I would say that alone will make a big difference. It did that for me. Before I even added any other ingredient, I just switched the water and it made a difference. So that's great. BOOGIE BREW. Look into that company, boogiebrew.net. Highly, highly recommend it. Great deals. If you watch Growing Your Greens, you'll soon find that there's deals that you can get in a specific part of the site that are awesome and are well worth it. He's shipping it from California, and it's a tremendous deal. I'm here in Illinois, and I'm getting top quality California, organic, natural, not chemical based at all products that have done wonders for me. It's I still have some stuff that I saved for the winter, some cayenne peppers. My okra's dying, my collard greens are dying, and stuff like that. But I have LED lights from this Chicago company, LED Habitat, and they're high quality. They have the full spectrum of light, red, blue, and green. I've been liking them so far. They've saved my cayennes. I've just harvested some today, so that's great. Reading this book, I would say if you want to decouple yourself from things and maybe make a difference with other people, focusing on yourself first, something I personally did after having 7 years of depression, definitely is a great thing to do. It takes a little bit of time, but after you start making really solid dents into yourself and looking inward more than outward and learning to accept things and behaviors and tendencies that you have and trying to work towards more value-centered ones. It's definitely a good thing because then you expand that out and people just know that about you because you're not just preaching, you're actually doing what you're talking about. And so this book, Happiness Trap, I've reviewed it a couple times. I reviewed it on my Steam account, and focuses on ACT therapy, which is accepting your thoughts and your feelings, something that I do. I recognize when I am focusing on them. Just taking steps to be cognizant of it and just at least recognizing it is the first step. And so just accepting thoughts and feelings. They are just words. You can put like happy thoughts or funny voices to them, celebrity voices. You can sing your thoughts. Like I would usually say I'm a loser, so I can sing it, and it makes it feel different. It kind of detaches you from it. You just see it for what it is. And then connecting with your values. Something like for me is being decentralized, trying to be independent, so the products and the gardening and the talking to people about it and the financial system and the silver, along with just learning about technologies that we can do to really help everybody. All that, for me, as a values thing, is something I advocate for, and caring for my dog and pets and animals and stuff like that, trying to eat better, less animal products, that's something I value. So it's fulfilling. And so you don't really focus on goals per se. You focus on just more values that you care for, and it's all personal. Depends on the person, but it's definitely good to really take a time and do some questions. There's some questions in the back of this, in the last part, that's awesome, and I really recommend it. And then taking effective action. So for me, like I've been doing, I still slack on doing some things, like doing things around the house, because I do find it fulfilling once I have it completed. It does feel good. I just slack on doing that. So there are some things that I gotta work on, but the gardening and the products, there's more I could do, of course, but I'd say it's pretty good. I'm not gonna shame myself. I'm trying my best. But yeah, The Happiness Trap by Russ Harris. I've read this book twice. I took notes on it once. I did the questionnaire twice, so I can see the difference. Definitely helped. Well, I had some personal therapy as well from a gentleman that really was good for me, and it was what I needed after 7 years of depression, like I previously stated. But focusing on maybe self-help. This is like Eastern style of therapy for psychology, and so it's more accepting and not as much control strategies like positive reinforcement, because you end up failing. You're always going to have these thoughts, like most of these thoughts, and they're always going to pop in at certain times. You just got to learn to accept it, and it definitely changes it. It makes you not have to stress about it as much and pay as much attention to the thoughts and feelings, and it really can get out of the way so you can do more fulfilling things and spend more time in the present instead of on past or future things that you have no control over, but your head's just going to keep going like a radio, you know. So finding your values, I'd say, doing something like that. And if you truly want to have some decentralization in some form, you can make steps, plant seeds in certain places. I recommend watching Hidden Secrets of Money on YouTube. Mike Maloney definitely helped with silver. I watched, for me, the beginning thing for me was Zeitgeist Addendum, and Zeitgeist Moving Forward. For me, those were the first things that really detached me from the political system and the way that things work in general. We talked about the financial system a bit too. So the second and third Zeitgeist films, you can find them on YouTube, Netflix. Highly recommend it. Even for what it is. It definitely got me past the concept of money and how technology can do a lot more today. And so I still believe in gold and silver right now, transitionally, to store your wealth and to have something better than the US dollar. And cryptocurrencies are one thing. That's a different subject. I don't know nearly enough about it, but I am invested in it. But I hope this can help anybody. These are just things that can help you make a difference if you want to inspire someone, or maybe make a change in yourself that's better for you, like nutrition. Nutritarian diet is something that I've been looking at. John Kohler talks about that a bit. He's a raw vegan on growing your greens. So yeah, I just appreciate it if you watch this, and I hope you got something from it. And if not, give it a thumbs down or something like that. It's fine. Have a great night. Take care.